Hi everybody, it's Friday, so that means it must be another page in our page by page collaboration that's between me and Kyung Shotwell. I don't know why I had trouble spitting that out. And so today is page 19 out of 20 for this segment. So here's our signature so far. It's nice and fat. And we're going to be doing page 19 out of 20. Now, 20 is going to come out on October 27th, so we've decided ahead of time to do a Halloween theme, with the theme of this book being botanical. I don't know, trying to think of some Halloween flowers. I seriously am, people. And it's going to be fairly curved, so we're going to have to work with that as far as what we glue along the edge. So anyway, but today we're on page 19. We don't have any worries at all. So what you're going to need to, and I didn't ink this, I want it to be white because of the papers that we're using. I'll talk about that in just a second. All right, so let's move this out of the way so you don't need it right now. So what you're going to need are some book pages, a kit paper, whatever kit you're using. Okay, move these out of the way. We're not going to use these two particular pieces. Then you're going to need a glue stick or glue, whichever you prefer to do your book pages with. Some people prefer glue stick. I think I'm going to stick with Fabri-Tac for everything, but anyway, and this is a really good glue. It's a photo glue stick, and this was sent to me by Kyung. So that's pretty cool. We're going to set it right here just in case. You're going to need an ink. I'm using faded denim. Sorry, faded jeans because of the color of the kit. We're going to have to do some kinking. Wow. We're going to have to do some inking on film. I apologize. I've done as much as I can ahead of time. Okay? And we're also going to need our very favorite friends, magnets. All right, so let's get started. So first of all, I had something to eat. So you guys' evil plan of eating while I'm making the video so that I'm starving and you hear my stomach growling halfway through is not going to work this week. Just saying, warning you ahead of time. Eat them if you got them, but it doesn't matter to me. Okay, so here was my page plan for this week, my sketch. We're not doing this page at all, so we can throw that away, off in the trash. So I've got some postcards. I've got our paper that we're going to work on. I almost said page. Paper that we're going to work on. I have some book page paper that we're going to use. And I have a great big giant file folder. And so that's what we're going to work with. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to take this page and this piece of book paper and we're going to set them to the side. We're not going to work with that right now. And the postcards we don't need till the very end because they're the ephemera. So now what we've got is this ginormous file folder, which is obviously bigger even than the whole page. So what we're going to do is I found the center of it. Then I went out, I believe 2 inches on either side, so that it'd be smaller than the 5 1/4. I went out 2 1/4 on each side. All right, it makes it 4 1/2. And now we're going to cut this on either side, and it's going to make a skinny file folder with a big tab. All right. May not be the most beautiful file folder, but we are going to have a file folder that fits on the page. You know, if we did 2 5/8 on either side, it would look a little bit better, wouldn't it? 2 If we did 2 1/2, then it would be 5. The page is 5 1/4. I think we could do that. I think we can do that and get away with it. Let's erase these 2 marks. I love my pencil. I hate the fact that there are no eraser refills available for this pencil. They want you to buy all new pencils. They come in sets of 2. Not buying this pencil anymore. I'm going to find another one with a 0.9 lead. Okay, so here we go. We got our 0. We're going to go out 2 1/2 on either side. And give us a nice, oh, and I pre-cut this though. All right, let's go back to our 2 1/4. Actually, this one, it doesn't matter. I'll just get another book page. Let me put you on hold for just a second, and I'm going to go get another book page. Okay, well, guess what? My book is right here. I don't have to go anywhere. I'm using this ginormous dictionary. Comes with an encyclopedia thing that I have that's about the same size. So let's just take a page that doesn't have any words that we're not really happy with. I'll just take it out. Oh look, this page is almost out already. It's probably from taking something out on the opposite side, because this book is sewn. So when you take one out on the other side, it takes it out on this side too. Cut the page, and if you cut the threads, so let's just use this, and then we can make them 2 1/2. I guess I don't need this anymore. And put it on the floor. Wow. That was really loud. I hope my neighbor upstairs didn't hear that one. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Put it in our scrap pile. Let's go back here. Let's go back out 2 1/2. 2 1/2 and 2 1/2. That'll make our tabs look better. Okay. Okay, let's put this here. Let's do our 2 1/2. And 2 1/2. I almost didn't see where the line was, and I made a big fat line. 2 1/2. Okay, now we've got our file folder. Now, and some good scraps for the scraps that are going to go in with the book scraps so that I can make a collage. Okay, so now we need to make this book page work. Now, the first thing we want to do, though, is we want to put our magnet on. And you'll see why we have the magnet on the file folder instead of something different. I need to order new magnets. Almost out. Alright, so you put one there. Okay. Now, let's see. Yes, I wanted to put it closer to the top. No, you know, I need to have it further down. I need to have it further down. You know what? Even better. Let's score this and fold it first. Then we can see our halfway point. Well, my neighbor's up now. Oops. Well, that line isn't exactly half now, is it? Well, it doesn't matter. Okay. So now we'll know where we want our magnet. We want our magnet kind of center of this half. So let's grab one of our magnets. Put it in here. Now there's going to be a little lump with the newspaper or the book pages, but it doesn't matter because it's not a writing paper. It's just a decorative paper, and it's so far down it shouldn't be that bad. This is thin paper though, so when we glue it down, we are going to have a bump. There's no other way around it. So now we can glue our file folder to our book page. And then we can cut it out. And then guess what we do? Yes, we're going to ink it. Now, I'm going to try not to do a whole lot of ink because it's just book paper. Just going around the edge though. It shouldn't be a problem. And I've never had a problem with Fabri-Tac bubbling up thinner paper anyway. You know, typewriter paper, book paper, paper, any kind of paper, actually. Okay. You know what? Let me put some glue across here. We don't want it to bubble and fold in the center when we fold it in half. So let's glue it down and make sure it doesn't do that. Alright, let's turn it over. Let's try to center it so that the column is in the center. You couldn't cut off the top and the bottom where there are no words. However, we can use this bottom of the page to make sure our file folder is straight on the paper. Or if I had glued it the way I normally do, I could have slid it. There we go. Alright. So now we're going to have to cut this out around here, which we all know is my favorite thing to do. My scissors are acting goofy again. I love these scissors, but you have to keep them super clean around where the spring is, or you'll have trouble because it'll get to where it doesn't open. And I just washed these a couple days ago. So I would like to have some sort of a funny story to tell you, but I don't have one. You know, there's a really funny story about me not having a funny story because I don't go outside. Oh, something interesting though. I'm getting a new TV today. That's coming in from a store that I bought it from online, and I'm getting an ultra high def TV, so I'm excited about that. And I'm going to take my, oh, look at that. Look what I could have done the whole time. Well, that would have been easier. It is a little bit wonky right there, though. There we go. So I will be able to bring my smaller TV from the living room, which my living room is longer and narrower, so looking straight across the living room at the narrow point to the TV isn't that bad, but I've really been wanting to get one of those ultra high defs, especially for when I play my Xbox. I may be old, but I still play video games. I know. However, I play RPGs and racing games. Those are my two vices, RPGs and racing games. Alright, so now let's make sure this is glued down in the center. And guess what we're going to have to do? However, book page takes ink really easily, and the front of this is blue, so it won't take very long at all to get this inked up, as you can see. And I did make sure that there were no words that we did not know, or that we did know but did not want on the inside of our file folder. We are going to have a belly band, even though we have a magnet. The belly band is largely for show, but it's all right. There's a couple places on here that have dotted lines, so I want to make sure to ink this well enough so that you don't see them. And this is a fence, but it, you know, everything is kind of denim-y looking. I think I just made up a new word. Everything is kind of denim looking. So I don't mind doing a little bit of a rough inking job. So, is it just me, or does inking make your neck hurt? You know, the looking down on it and this motion here with your arm. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So, anywho, getting a new TV. And, oh, and then as soon as I bought the TV, my camera died. Not this webcam, but the camera I use to take pictures of the covers and stuff. The little card wouldn't go in. The little spring latch stopped working, which was not a good thing. So now we're going to fold this in half. And use our bone folder on it, make it nice and crisp. We're going to use our new bone folder on it. Which makes it even crisper. I almost said crispier. And I just folded it crooked. Actually, it looks like the whole thing's a little crooked. And if that's straight on that side, then we'll trim this side. The original lines must have been crooked, so that when I cut it out originally, it was crooked. Alright, now we're good to go. Alright, so now this is going to be the front. And we're going to have our postcards in here, so now you can see why we needed the magnet in the center because we need to hold the postcards on as well. But for right now, we're going to fold this in half. I'm going to get our book page back out, paper. Excuse me. I just took a big swig of pop. We're going to put this where we want it. I'll try to line up the, would be nice. Oh, they're a little bit wider so they don't line up. It's not my fault. So let's not line any of them up. Let's just put it in the center of the page. Okay, then I'm going to paper clip it. The paperclip queen is alive and well. I think I'm going to pull it this way a little bit. I really like this paper. Oh, I forgot to tell you. It's from Dot's Inspiration Shop, and it's called Roses and Blue, I think. Oh, Blue and Roses. Now, the roses are here, and there's some of the other pages in the kit have the blue with the roses on them. Okay, now we want our other magnet. There it goes. Jumps right to where the other one is. And now, see, we could have just done this to hold the file folder on, but I didn't really want to do that. So we're going to now the edge of that file folder looks crooked, which it probably is now. Anyway, I want to put a belly band on because I need more book page. I want to see more book page. All right, so I've got this already to go, and I got out of the dictionary the part that says book. So we have book, bookish, book binding, bookseller, book stand. Isn't that lovely? I love it. All right, so let's take our file folder away. Let's go to the center of the page, which I think I'm just going to line it up with that line right there on the paper. I don't know, you probably can't see it, but there's lines on here. It looks like a fence, wooden fence, and there's black lines. So I'm going to line up the belly band with this one right here. Okay, and obviously it's longer than the page. We're going to fold it over. I want to make sure that the part that about book, the word book, shows. So I'm going to mark it right here. And that's where I'm just going to score it. I don't really need to, but I want to get a straight line. Oh, for goodness sakes. There we go. That's what the word ambidextrous means, right? Left-handed and right-handed. So. And our good old crib notes from back when I first started, and I could not remember the name of that for the life of me. Okay, so let's mark it. And then we're going to fold it back because that's going to go over the page, over the top of the page. Okay, or the paper. And now it doesn't matter whether this is super tight or not because it's just decorative. It doesn't really hold it on anyway. But let's just, it's so thin. Let's just mark it. And we'll score it and fold it. And then I'll take the pencil out of my mouth. When we glue it, it doesn't matter that we're gluing more, you know what I mean, on the bottom because it's so thin. And now we need to ink the top and the bottom. Now that we know where the folds are going to be. I'm going to put this on here. Yes, I don't want that to happen, do I? That's too far out. I want it to fold, but I don't want it to pull the page. Okay, that's good enough so that when we glue it down, the page will pull it out. And I have blue. This is sort of like black soot. It gets everywhere. So let's glue this down. In case you're wondering, it's page 91 in my dictionary. Turn it around. So it's kind of a fake belly band. It isn't really a... The belly band doesn't really hold it in. It doesn't hold the postcards in either, because the magnet does. Well, a magnet holds a file folder tight enough that it will hold. Okay, so we've got that. Okay, and so now all we have to do is put this on the page. So let's take this off of here. We have to be careful, all of our tags and everything. This is going to end up here, holding all these writing cards on. If I can get it on there correctly. Oh, here we go. Sunflower right side up, duh. Okay, that way they won't keep flopping out. Let's move this out of the way. I'm going to glue this to the paper, or the paper to the page. Okay, make sure that your writing is right side up. It's always a good thing. Center everything. I swore this page was smaller. But then I double checked against the size of the others, and it is the same size. As you can see, since they all line up. Okay. So as you can see, gluing it down took took away that little bit of where it bowed a little bit. All right, I did all that, and it seems a little crooked this way. Okay, so now all we have to do, put our postcards, which I've inked on the front and the back, and on the back is a faux coffee stained look, which is just a digital paper that looks like coffee stained or coffee dyed paper, and then I printed it out double-sided with that on there. So we've got two. I wonder, I've got two more. Let's see how many it will hold. It may hold all four. You never know. Let's put all four in and see what happens. Got two smaller ones and two larger ones. So let's just put all of them in there and see what happens. Okay. Look at that. It holds all four. All right, so that's our page. We've got our book page, and we've got it all inside here as well. And then we've got our 4 postcards so that you can take them out and use them, and then you can take the file folder out and use it as well. So that's it for this week. Next week is going to be Halloween. We've both got the same prompt, and we know ahead of time what it's going to be. And I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do Halloween, but we'll just have to wait and see. I will see you next week. That'll finish up this signature too, and we'll be starting our new signature the week after that. All right, no rest for the wicked. That's right. I'll see you next time, and that will be just a second for you and a week for me. Okay, bye-bye.